The US and China offering different versions of the way forward as our top diplomats took the stage at the Munich Security Conference. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio criticizing what he called the post-war delusion of the West, leading to unfettered free trade and mass migration. But he also extended an olive branch to Europe.
And while we are prepared, if necessary, to do this alone, it is our preference and it is our hope to do this together with you, our friends here in Europe. For the United States and Europe, we belong together.
Meanwhile, China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi says his country will be a reliable force for global stability and that China and Europe are partners, not rivals. While Beijing welcomes what Mr Wang called signs of respect from the US, he also warned that any attempts to separate Taiwan from China would likely push Beijing toward conflict with Washington. He says cooperation between the US and China would be the best outcome in the current global climate. But he stressed that China is well prepared to manage all kinds of risks. And for more, Will Denselow is covering this story for CNA from Munich, and he joins us now. Will, both the US and China reaching out to Europe in their speeches today, what else did the two top diplomats talk about in common or differently?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And while the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte might have referred to US President Donald Trump as daddy in the past, Marco Rubio, the US Secretary of State, says that the US will always be the son of Europe. He says that they share a shared history and very much made the case for them having a shared future as well. But Marco Rubio said that the US couldn't stand by to see a continuing erosion of European might as he sees it. He says he wants to see a stronger Europe. He believes that with a stronger ally on the other side of the Atlantic, that will make both Europe and the United States stronger going forward. To achieve that, Rubio said that Europe must have less fear. Fear when it came to topics he mentioned, including climate, including war, as well as other topics as well. So basically a braver Europe going forward. China and Wang Yi very much a different vision, especially when it comes to the world order, multilateral institutions. Marco Rubio saying the UN had failed in its objectives to stop and prevent conflicts. But Wang Yi very much made the case that it is actors within the United Nations that are failing. He accused in a veiled message to Washington of using Cold War tactics to erode the effectiveness of the institution. And when it comes to global conflicts, including Ukraine, Wang Yi said of Europe's responsibilities, he said it's better for them to be at the table rather than on the menu.
Now, Will, the leaders of the UK and the EU also took to the stage. What do their speeches tell us about how Europe is balancing its ties with the US and China?
Absolutely right. When it comes to these relationships within Europe, well, we've heard from Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, speaking alongside Ursula von der Leyen, the European Commission President, both saying here in the Munich Security Conference that they want to see stronger ties post-Brexit and that their security very much interlinked. They want to harness the power of European security. Ursula von der Leyen said that it's not even a question that Europe must be more independent in its defence posture. She said that it's a matter of all for one and one for all, saying that more must be done to ramp up Europe's defence base. This is something that has been a constant message here at this conference, both from the US side and the European side, that there must be more independence, more strength coming from Europe, coming out from beneath the US umbrella. But when it comes to the relationship with China, well, we've heard that Marco Rubio says that he is in favour of everyone having conversations with everyone, including with counterparts in Beijing. Wang Yi making a very strong case for continued partnerships, really, again, in somewhat of a veiled dig at the United States, saying that China China sticks to its word, what it says it delivers upon, very much seen as a veiled reference to US previous threats on tariffs, such as with Greenland, where they've threatened and then taken away some of these threats. So essentially a message from Wang Yi that Beijing is more of a reliable partner.
Well, many thanks for that update. That was Will Denselow for CNA from Munich.